So Northern Group moves to draft Johathan into 2027 presidential election. So the North is making a move now to draft Johathan into the 2027 presidential election. Do you think Johathan will be voted? Do you think he will win the election? We don't need Johathan. We need someone else. That is the truth. When Johathan was there, North is put, it was North that was favored. And that is why they are working to bring him in now, because even their own people have failed them. And that is very bad for them, I tell you. Political leaders from the north, a region in Nigeria which holds a huge chunk of Nigeria's voting population, are working behind the scenes to convince former President Goodluck Jonathan to join the 2027 presidential race. Reliable sources told this day last night. Sources with the knowledge of the plan said that recent comment by the governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed, to the effect that he would not contest the election if Jonathan eventually caves in, said that the governor's statement went beyond just flying a kite. The game plan, it was learned, became even clearer following the recent #EndBadGovernance nationwide demonstration, which apparently showed serious disgruntlement by the voting population in the region with the Bola Tinubu-led administration. This day was told that the scheming to persuade the former Nigerian leader to join the race was already on top gear, even though Jonathan is non-committal at the moment. However, when this day contacted the former president's confidants on the move by northern leaders, they were hesitant to talk on the matter, but were unanimous that talk about 2027 was premature at this point. This talk about running or not running is way too early in the scheme of things. The former president is focusing on his international assignments and humanitarian work rather than concern himself with the potential run for president in 2027. So at the weekend, the Bauchi governor Mohammed said that we will not contest under the People Democratic Party presidential ticket if the former president decides to run again. But the source stated that the decision to sway Jonathan to agree to throw his hat into the ring went beyond party lines and affiliations, explaining that if Jonathan decides to participate, the Nigerians will see how party affiliation will not be an issue. Mohammed, a minister of the Federal Capital Territory under Jonathan, who spoke after an event organized by a non-governmental organization, Save Africa Initiative, had urged Jonathan to consider running for the election. Can you imagine? So the governor said the former president has more experience and would do a good job if he had a second mandate to manage the country. He said, with regards to your call for me to present myself, I am still contemplating my chance as the leader of the opposition. I know there are good leaders within the People Democratic Party, especially my boss, Goodluck Jonathan. I have always said that as long as Jonathan is around, I will not present myself for leadership of this country unless he decides not to run. If we can persuade him to come forward, I will support him with my blood. Out of modesty, he is still not ready. I hope you will meet him and encourage him to run. He will do a better job because he has the experience. We know the prices of things. We know the level of inflation. His leadership recruitment was exemplary. We need leaders like him, young people with energy, foresight, and drive. Mohammed argued, aside the fact that Jonathan is expected to govern the country for only one term, having done the first a term earlier. So before his loss to ex-president Muhammadu Buhari, the North is also considering that picking Jonathan will be a fair deal. Oh boy. So is this what they want to do? With Tinubu scheduled to end his first term in Aso Rock by May 2027, the political permutation is that if Johathan decides to contest, the South will have served out its 8 years by 2031, given the unwritten understanding among Nigerian politicians to allow for rotation of the presidency between both regions. Johathan served as president from 2010 to 2015 after his then boss Omar Musa Yar'Adua died. Okay, before conceding defeat to Buhari after a 2015 polls. While the last national protest was peaceful in the south, it was largely violent in the north. Okay, so with some angry demonstrators going beyond the main reason for the action to hoist the flag of the foreign country, Russia specifically. So the violence that followed, many believe was a blowout from the pent-up dissatisfaction with the current government, which they believe is the cause of the current hardship in the land. Tinubu had, after taking over the reins of power in May 2023, begun a slew of reforms, key among which were the removal of fuel subsidy as well as the devaluation of the naira as a result of the merging of the official and parallel foreign exchange windows. Okay, these policies have had very harsh economic impact on Nigerians, according to the reliable source. During Jonathan's regime, his government was largely inclusive and addressed issues like the Amajiri system and creating initiatives for unemployed youths. So now they know that Jonathan government is good. Now they know that Jonathan government is good. So let's see. Let me take a few comments. Someone said, Lord, suddenly they want the man they ganged up with Southwest and removed him from office to come back. Unless GEJ is a fool to fall for such a trick. It is your generation that is useless. Somebody is already insulting people. They themselves. GJ is not a fool and he will accept the offer because he is far more better than the current clueless government. Okay? Hausas are fighting for Jonathan to come, Can you imagine? GJ is not a fool. Mind your language. Only individuals with thick skin and broad minds do well in politics. What they did against GEJ was mere politics, and GEJ is also a good chess dealer in power politics. See the way he capitulated to the man who laid the foundation of his economic rot and mess Buhari did. GEJ has immense political values that would still propel him back to Aso Rock in 2027. Honestly, Tinubu will not come back in 2027 if GEJ joined the race. They don't know that GEJ's wife is also a setback. GEJ, looking at GEJ, you look at his wife as well. And I'm not sure his wife will agree to go back again because his wife was also a menace in that administration. We just need to be clear about that. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment over this northern plan to bring back Jonathan by 2027.